What's going on, everybody? It's Tyler here, and I'm here with Mackenzie Carpenter. I'm so excited to have her on here. We got plenty of great questions. Mackenzie, welcome.
How are you? I'm happy to be here.
I'm doing very well. 2023 is off to a great start because you can tell by my sweatshirt.
I know I'm really like loving this red and black Georgia shirt. Year of the dog times two.
That's
A
right.
fellow Athens native. Well, now native.
That's true. Never forget the roots. You're from Athens, and
Yes.
you got, well, three songs out now in the past year, but the most recent one's Jesus, I'm Jealous.
Yeah.
You wrote that song with Steve Mokler. Now, for those who haven't heard it, I know you could describe what it's about, but what was that songwriting process like for the two of you?
Well, Steve is so talented and everyone should go listen to his music on the artist side as well. But he was one of those first people that I wrote with that I was actually like a fan of before. And so it was one of those moments where I was like really nervous and I knew I wanted to bring in something good. And we were supposed to have a third person on the right that day, but they dropped out. And so it ended up just being me and Steve. And he has just like such an amazing presence where he like makes you feel very comfortable and understood. And I had heard somebody just say, Jesus, I'm jealous at some point. Like, I don't even remember where I picked up the phrase, but I heard it and I wrote it down. And I was like, this is really cool. I think I liked like the alliteration in it. And I obviously am like faith-based. So I was like, what could I do with this that could like twist it in the right direction? And so I kind of just started messing around with my guitar, started writing it at home and kind of like had this like chorus flow. Like I wanted it to be like super traditional and really kind of like a prayer. And so I brought it into the right and I told Steve that. And then he like kind of blurted out that first line, like, is it okay to pray in a bar? And we were like, well, at least you will hopefully want to hear the rest of the song after hearing that. So we thought it was like a really contagious like first line. So it was honestly really easy from there. We moved some stuff around in my chorus and kept writing and I think this song has really, really like resonated with people. It's really relatable, especially right now around Valentine's Day. You know, there's the Valentines, the Galentines, and the anti-Valentines movements happening. So,
Hopefully,
yeah.
it reaches all three of them.
Yeah.
Now, you have written a bunch of other songs. You did write Hair Salon, which came out early last year, is one of the big songs of the year. Now, from a songwriter's point of view and not an artist, what is the whole process like for you when you sit down and write a song? Do you have any
You know,
particular?
I definitely have a process. I don't know that it's unique, but like songs like Villain that I was a part of or Hair Salon in my own songs, I always try to show up to a write with a great idea. And then normally when you get to the right, you kind of feel who is the artist in the room that day, like who the song is going to be for. And you can say whatever you want, but most of the time you're like yielding to that person if they're going to cut the song. So the day that we wrote Hair Salon, the four of us that wrote Hair Salon, we call ourselves Jimmy James. It's me, my brother, Megan, and then Ben Williams. And we just have a lot of fun. We show up, and half the time, all we do is laugh, and we don't even care if we write a song. And if we do write a song, that's just icing on the cake. So the day that we showed up, I think we were like finishing some silly song that we wrote, like Drunk on a Tractor or something like that. And then we kind of got to the end, and Megan kind of had this idea about like being sad in a hair salon. And I think one thing that's really special about me and Megan writing together is that we have, you know, kind of similar upbringings in small towns in Georgia. And so we can like really vibe off of each other and like connect over our upbringings in similar instances. And so we started talking about hair salon and we were like, oh my gosh, yes, the hometown hair salon where everyone goes and talks about their drama and it like all comes back to that person. Like it just all started flowing out and it was like really, really special. And it's just crazy to see where a song can go after you like, you know, blurt it out and then like let it be free.
Oh, for sure.
And as an artist on songs, I see the whole process. But when I'm just a writer on a song, you know, the artist takes it and makes it their own and pushes it forward. And it's just really cool to like see them fly.
Now, as I was mentioning as we started, 2023 is off to a great start, not only for Georgia football fans, but for
Amen.
you as well. Even in addition to being a Georgia fan, you were named to CMT's Next Women of Country list.
Yes.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you
Uh,
so much.
what was that feeling of excitement like for you?
You know, I think obviously CMT, I have grown up watching CMT, sitting in the floor of my living room watching the music videos, all the countdowns, everything. So it was definitely surreal to be named CMT's Next Woman of Country in this class. I think it was also their 10-year anniversary, which is really extra special. I think that everyone who came that night to the show, which is going to be premiering soon on CMT, could feel like a really special energy in the room. This class of women, like you just like look to your right and you look to your left and you're just like thankful to be involved. You know, like these people are so talented. And I feel like there's really, this is probably not the word, but it's all I can think of, like camaraderie between all of us where we all really believe in each other and we all think like everyone around us is really great. And so while people are singing, you know, we're sitting in the audience like singing every word to their song. I think it's really special that like we're all trying to lift each other up, and I hope that continues to happen. I hope that like spreads behind us and in front of us, and I think the people in front of us have done a great job like passing that down. So getting to be a part of that, it's really really special, and I like can't say how thankful I am.
I mean, this is one of the best lists I can remember.
I
Seeing
know, it's like, oh, I love that one. Oh, I love that one. Oh, that one's great too. It's crazy.
it was amazing. And now, growing up in a college town, what was that like for you as just an aspiring musician?
Yes.
There's a
You
lot of
know,
live music in Athens.
there is, and I honestly feel like I didn't utilize it as much as I should. I was like really too scared to like rough it without being 21. I was like, oh, they're gonna turn me away. I look like I'm 10, you know. And so I feel like I didn't take advantage of it as much as I should have and could have. But I always grew up knowing about like how rich the music history is there, and there is a whole lane for it. But I do regret like not diving into it more.
Mhm.
But it's really cool to get to go back home and like play those venues now that I understand what they are and how much they've meant to the people that have played them before. And so, yeah,
You got to come play the Georgia Theater.
I know. I can't wait.
Now, before we go, I got one last question for you. With everything blooming in 2023 and the year getting underway, what are you most excited for this year?
Well, that's such a hard question. I think I'm going to say two things. I think obviously releasing more music, and the second one is festival season.
Yeah.
This year has been like so festival focused for me, where I'm just like anyone I can get on, like put me on it, let me play. So I'm gonna be traveling a lot and getting to go like, you know, half the part of the festival is that everyone's in the same place and you're hanging out backstage and mingling and some of your best friends. So a lot of my great friends are playing the same shows as me, and I think it's just gonna be really special to all be together, traveling, playing music. Like, what more can you dream of, you know?
I mean, it's fun for the fans. I'm sure it's just as fun for the artist.
Yeah.
Well, for those of you guys watching this out here, go stream Mackenzie's music. Go follow her on Instagram, TikTok, the rest of her social media platforms. And if you're in the area for a festival or a show, go catch it because it's going to be a good time.
Thank you.
Mackenzie, thank you so much for joining me. It was a pleasure to have you on here.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
See you guys next time.